Welcome back, guys. In this video we're going to start working on adding a spoon to the scene. So first and foremost, let's get out of the camera by pressing N on the keyboard and unchecking this locked camera. Now we can move around. You see your camera still there. Now to create this, like plain and simple, you want to press Shift A, go to Mesh, go to UV Sphere, and we want to basically make this smaller. Let's slide it over, and I am using the move tool, guys. And kind of similar to how we made the bowl, we want to press tab to enter edit mode, and we're in vertice select mode. So what I want to do is double click this middle edge here, and it's going to select all the vertices around it, and we want to press H to hide it. Hover over the first half, hit L to select it. Now we can press Alt H to unhide the hidden areas. Now we want to delete this top area. Press faces, and also I think we can delete another row as well. So we'll go to face select, double click the middle line, and we'll delete this as well. Now we have a little something closer to what we're looking for, and maybe we can even go even deeper than this and just delete one more. Now what I want to do is use the scale tool, hover over this, press L to select all, and we want to just shape this. And I have proportional editing turned on. You don't have to have it turned on, but I think it's fine for what we needed to. Turn this somewhere around here. What I want to do is go to vertice select maybe the first vertice, and I want to press G, then Y, so we can grab this in the Y axis. I want to make this smaller. The select mode, just pull this forward. So we have this nice shape here. And now what I want to do is go to edge mode, and I want to select a couple of these edges. I think 2 maybe is fine for what we need, so we'll press E to extrude, right click to cancel the movement, and I want to turn off proportional editing, switch to the move tool, and pull this in the Y direction. And we'll make this as long as it needs to be considered accurate. And also what I want to do is press Control R to go to add some edge loops, and we'll just select some here, middle mouse scroll up to add more subdivisions, and I think we'll be fine with something closer to 4. Right click to cancel any movement. What I want to do is switch to vertice mode. I'll grab these 3 here by drag selecting over them. I'll press G twice to slide them closer. And I also want to scale them in the X axis. We'll scale this in. We'll drag select over these ones. Press G twice to slide, and we'll bring this closer to this area. And we'll scale these as well. Drag these 3. Slide these closer to this direction. And we can start to make these bigger. We'll drag these 3, press G twice, and then we'll scale these out the X axis. We'll create another edge loop to go between here. Right click to cancel any movement, and we'll scale these out even further. Add another edge loop here. Drag this to somewhere around here and scale this out. Drag these out as well, but make them smaller than the 3 in front. Now we have this spoon shape, and we also have to add some sort of direction with this. So what I'll do is drag these 3, go to move tool, move this up, move these 3 up, Move this up, but not to be as tall as the one previously, but make it a little bit taller. We'll bring these 6 down slightly. And also what I want to do is add some thickness to this, as well as move this up higher. So first, I'll select the vertex here, turn back on proportional editing, press G, then Z to move it up, and we'll make this form a shape like this. So there's a nice dip in the spoon. Now let's add some thickness, so we can press tab to go back to the object level. Go to the modifiers tab, and we're going to add a Solidify to add some thickness. And you don't want too much thickness, just a little bit. This should be fine here. So we can apply this. And we want to add some supporting edge loops so we can keep this thickness. So what I'm going to do is tap into edit mode by pressing tab, Control R to add edge loop, and we want to add it one going up higher, Control R, add another one going down to the bottom. And I think we want to Control R and add one somewhere between here to keep this form and shape. And this seems to be fine what we need it for. So we can press tab, right click, go to shade smooth, and we want to add a subdivision surface to this. So go to the modifiers tab, subdivision surface, and now we have a spoon and it looks really good. We don't need to, we could add more subdivisions to make it even smoother, but I think this is fine with just one. Hit the drop down, go to apply, and we have our spoon. Now we just need to downscale this so it fits properly with our scene. So what I'll do is rotate this with the rotate tool, rotate this to be around here. We can downscale this by pressing S to get a shape that you're more than satisfied with, or size I should say. Bring this down. We can press 0 to go to the camera view, and we definitely don't want it this direction. We want to rotate this to go maybe somewhere around here. And you guys can place your spoon wherever you want it. I want mine to be closer to the middle. And watch out for any colliding that you may get with some of the cereal, because it may break the illusion. And I'll downscale this just a little bit more. And I want to make sure that this is resting on the bowl area to make it more realistic. If you want, we could bring this higher. Now let's see what this looks like in the render review. Go to cycles, press 0 to go to the camera. That looks good. Let's just add a quick material to this so we can get a better representation of how this looks. So what I want to do is select our spoon, go to the materials tab, add a new material. I want to name this spoon underscore shader. Go to base color. I want to dial this white down to like a gray silver color. I want to go to metallic and up this to maybe around 0.8 specular. Turn that up. Roughness, dial that down somewhere around here. Let's just check this out, see what we got. That looks good for now. And we'll make any adjustments as we need to moving forward. Let's press 0 to enter the camera once again. And this looks fine. And I think this is a good place to end the video. So let me just go back to the shade mode and file, save, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.